What's up guys, it's Sean and today we are going to check out Megah Rise at Taman Megah PJ. Let's go! Hey guys, so we are in one of the locations that I hang out a lot. If you are not familiar, this is located in PJ and it's one of the more significant addresses around PJ. In PJ you have the SS2, the Taman Paramount, Petaling Jaya, then this is Taman Megah, and they are all pretty close. So some history about this particular project. The land was previously used as a food court for many years, and it has become that center of attention for all the residents around this address. And 3 years ago they decided to tear down and launch this new project called Megah Rise, which is the project that we're going to check out today. Then from location wise, this is 5 minutes away from Kelana Jaya. It's basically a junction away from Kelana Jaya, and it's another 5 to 10 minutes away from SS2 itself. So besides the LRT in Kelana Jaya, it was a bit more famous because it was the last station, so there was always space in the train. That's why I always take the train there. The other one would be right opposite this bridge. So this is LDP. It's right opposite. You have Taman, Bahagia, LRT station. So just in case you need to access the train, you have 2 stations to choose from. Convenient. So this is the aerial view of the entire development, and what you can observe is that very low density, very residential oriented design across the entire township. So it's all double story terrace houses. LDP just cuts across them, and we all know how congested this road can be. This was the previous food court and they changed into this amazing structure, but they still preserve this wet market right here. And right in front of the site is surrounded by all this commercial area, those shop lots. Some specs about the project. This is a 228 unit freehold mixed development where it consists of commercial lots at the center and you have the residential blocks here. When you branch out from LDP, you will see the wet market on this corner, and this will be the commercial zone. And I think this zone is nice because it responds to the existing shop lots around the area. So if you look at the surrounding, which we're going to check out later, it's really busy. Like it's like 10 o'clock in the morning, it's already jam-packed, no car park. Car park is always a problem here, but anyway, it's just full with people. And if you look into the architectural design, just like the one that we have in the sales gallery, that's going to be the design language for all the commercial areas. Therefore, the shopping experience here is really unique, where you have the wet market where you go and buy raw ingredients, then you have the conventional shop offices, then you have something that is more air conditioned, more designed, and right on top there's this badminton court as well. There's a sports center in order to replace whatever that was torn down. So I like the intent of trying to replace with better ones, because it's inevitable that we must have developments, right, to keep things moving, but they still give back to the residents on the surrounding. That's nice. Then from that main road, I like that they set the drop off here instead, as this is the more discreet, the more quiet side of the facade, because everything else is just busy. You have elevated car parks, 7 floors of them, and the remaining will be 31 to 32 stories of residential. In a scale model, they have some interesting designs where you have these pocket gardens in between the building. Then you have these special details. You have a waiting zone right outside your lift lobby, alternate floors of course, and that creates a very interesting facade language. That includes the fin as well. Nice. For their common areas, their renderings, right, that includes all the furnishings and material application to all the spaces. That reminds me of their project in JB. So if you look back into the project of Southern Marina that is located in Putri Harbour, Johor, the furnishing, the material application is just insane, whole different level, and this is the same team that's doing it. It will be almost similar if not better. Then this will be the entire floor layout. Every floor there's only 8 units and it's divided into 2 wings. Therefore, there will be only 4 units per wing, and that's very cool. Served by 4 units of lift. This side of the corridor will only be used by the users of these 4 units, right? And I like that none of the doors are directly facing, so that just increases the privacy level. And the unit that they are featuring in the sales gallery today somewhat will be type A, 1747 square feet, 4 bedroom. When you come in from the corridor, you have this very wide entrance, and this will be the entire open space consisting of dry kitchen, living and dining along with your balcony. When you stand here, right, this view is just going to be so amazing. Not only you have a dry kitchen that is so humongous, you also have a wet kitchen that is partitioned. Then that connects to your yard and for your maid's room or your storeroom lah. These are the open areas, and if you go into the private areas, you have your powder room here, and there will be the principal bedroom, bedroom 2, bedroom 3, and it's just huge. And I still clearly remember the time when this project was launched in Shangri-La Hotel, Bukit Bintang. I was one of the guys that was lining up for it, but I didn't have the patience, unfortunately. And what I hear from the team is the main customer, the main target audience here are generally locals around the area. So as the saying goes, PJ people will always stay in PJ, KL people will always stay in KL. They will not cross border. And it's true. So there are several segments to the customers. One is for those who are downsizing because empty nesters, they are staying in a bungalow around PJ area and they want a place that is more convenient oriented, that's easier to manage. Therefore, they go for this. Second one would be young families that are buying this so they can be closer to their parents. So their parents, their old house is access to or Taman Paramount or Taman Megah. So it's very close to home. And the third one would be the parents buying for the children. So to ensure that their children don't go too far. How nice. What a fortunate problem, right? So due to the constraint of space of this sales gallery, because this is an existing shop block, they cannot accommodate the entire layout of type A. Therefore, they only show and display part of it, especially for you to experience the finishing levels. They're pretty proud of it. Let's go check it out. Okay, so for their kitchen space, it's gonna look exactly like this one in terms of finishing and materials. It looks solid. Apparently it's designed by a very famous designer known as Bueno's Kitchen. Wow. For all hood and hob will be from Boss. Also something that the team mentioned, majority of the buyers here are buying this for own stay purpose. Therefore, you can really see the treatments or the finishings that they are providing in the unit, right? It's really at this almost hotel-like spec. Also from the design of the layout, right, you can see 1/3 of the space are just for back of house, which is the kitchen, the yard, the dry kitchen. And that's good. So it's really very functional. All these will be provided, all this cabinet space. Then the hood and hob by Boss. All these drawers included along with Grohe. And with cabinets like this, it's just more presentable because you can even camouflage your fridge in them, right? So it looks really tidy from afar, very glossy, very nice. And this will be the treatments of the door frame. Soy timber, and I really like this. So dividing the wet kitchen and dry kitchen, they use sliding wall, and that's great because it partitions off the smell and etc. And something to point out, they are providing not one but 2 fridge all together. So that includes one outside, generally for your drinks and all, right? This one will be for all your raw ingredients that you get from the wet market downstairs. Then for those who actually cooks at home, apparently this is one of the higher end ones where you have a 5-ring design. This is actually a gas stove, and there's one electrical stove outside. So the main reasoning is a lot of people here still likes to do their heavy cooking. We call it tai cao for the wok hei. This will give you that, and they are considerate to that level, which is amazing. And next to that, you will have this amazing basin. I like there's 2 partitions, and it's by Grohe. So coming into the unit, this will be the size of the tile, which is amazingly big. And you will have timber skirtings in the unit. And when you walk in, right, the dry kitchen will be on your left. And this is around 80% of how it will look like in a unit. We have a living and dining laid out in a horizontal manner, overlooking to the balcony. Again, because due to the restriction of the space, we can't clearly present, but generally that's the feel. Ceiling height is going to be 10 feet, and this has always been the arrangement of my favorite because I also wanted one but couldn't afford back then. But you're living and dining, right? This feeling is really very comfortable instead of that conventional layout where you have the dining then you're living. Not all apartments get to accommodate such a design. Then for all these accessories, right, it's all by this company called Parasol from Australia. They are going to be all in your unit. That's very detailed. That's very amazing, right? Therefore, flooring materials for your bedroom is going to be the American white oak. And these are going to be solid wood in your bedroom. So every time you wake up, your leg won't feel cold. Anyway, let's check out the bathroom specs. So this is going to be the bathroom design for your principal bathroom, where you have a bathtub here, your basin and WC by V&B, Villeray and Bosch. Generally, what you see is what you get. And I think that's all for the show unit. The specification on materials again really reminds me of their JB project, and based on their presentation of the brands, they take pride in it. They are really proud of what they are giving to the customers, and I think it's nice. What we're going to check out now is the entire environment of the project. So right now we are next to the site, and this will be the entrance at this junction. So this is the more quiet road within the 4 sites. Coming from LDP, this will be the wet market, right? And this will be the site. So that is the main junction that comes in and connecting to Taman Megah itself. And here we can witness the drastic change in terms of plot ratio. Surrounding this area will be all landed properties, and they are sharing the same road. You will see homes being here, and right opposite you have this new structure. This side as well, you can see residential houses, market, boom. And for typologies like this, it's pretty common nowadays, as we can see in Asia Cafe, Subang Jaya SS15 area, right? They also tear down the food court and convert it into a high-rise. Then this is also very familiar with 17, located in section 17 as well, where it's next to a market, surrounded by commercial areas, then connected to residential areas as well. So these are a typology that I kinda relate to. I really enjoy such typologies. Imagine if you stay upstairs, then after you finish swimming, you can change. You come downstairs, immediately you have a place to get your breakfast. You can walk to the wet market to get your raw ingredients. And that is part of the attractiveness for this project itself. Located in a space that is so connected, so convenient, yet having the security to somewhat isolate yourself. So we are now right in front of the retail portion, and there will be 4 levels of them, fully managed by the developer. So it's all for lease, and there's a grocer in already. It will provide that dynamic range of shopping. Imagine, right, you have the wet market, the very conventional one, then you have the shop offices, and if you want something more air conditioned, more cool or hype, you can just walk in. Excellent. And something about this side of town, it's pretty popular among the locals because of its choices for food. And walking around a commercial area, there's this charm that old addresses like this have. It's what they call Gai Fong. It's like community living. And suddenly when you go into this store, you meet with your neighbors. Hello, hi, how are you? How's your kid? Then when you go into the shop, hey, oh, how are you? Then when you eat ice kacang, hey, when you eat chicken chop, hey. And it's feelings like that that the locals really enjoy. Therefore, a lot of people are actually upgraders or downsizing themselves into this unit. Very cool. I really enjoy it. In this one shot, right, you have very old, fade away walls, then you have new buildings, but they are applying the architecture that does not overwhelm. This is then the side door to the retail, right? And again, very nice distance away, but what you can see, right, throughout this entire visit, there's no car parks at all. And it's very interesting to see all shop offices one side, brand new architecture one side. It's like that new injection of breath into this old charming address. Very nice. It's just very interesting. And I think it's now time for Sean take 3 on 3. So for the 3 things I like, number 1, definitely the location. It's a very familiar spot for me because I used to hang out a lot in this food court because all my friends are just around. And because of the typology of the commercial versus residential, you can see the entire area here are all residential houses, most of them terrace houses. But then you have concentration of commercial areas like this. That's why you can see in Taman Bahagia got a little bit, in SS2 will be the bigger one, and that becomes the focus point for all residents to hang out and get things done, whether your haircut, buy food, buy anything. And this has been a favorite for all because of its connectivity as well. It's right next to LDP highway, then you get the Taman Bahagia station, the Kelana Jaya station, and with LDP you get to access to Federal Highway, you get to access to Mont Kiara, Sprint Highway, NKVE, and etc. But my personal favorite for this location, it's the multiple access that you can get away from this location. It means that, let's say the main road is jammed, you can use the back road via Atria, you can use the back road via the commercial area, you can use the back road. There's always way out. And because of that, the main buyers for this building is all locals, right? Most of them are locals because they just wouldn't want to leave this location that they are so familiar with. All their friends and families are around the area, and let's just enjoy the community living feeling, like where you get to see people that you recognize. Even when you eat your noodles, you buy pet food or whatsoever, do your banking, you will constantly meet people you know, and that's the feeling of neighborhood that they really enjoy. The second thing that I like would be the typology of it. So this is a mixed development commercial title, right? Where it consists of the retail mall along with a sports center. So as mentioned, this used to be a food court, and when they tear it down, right, there was some hoo-ha's around the society because, hey, where are we going to hang out now? But after tearing it down and building this brand new architecture, right, they are replacing the food court with a brand new retail area along with the sports center to replace the badminton court. Suddenly in this area, you have this very dynamic experience of shopping. You get the wet market, you get the conventional shop offices, you get retail malls, and if that's not enough, right, 5-10 minutes away from Atria, you are 5-10 minutes from Starling Mall, you can go Sunway Pyramid, and etc. There's no shortage of mall at all in this area. Therefore, I really enjoy the typology of it. And last of all would be their quality of common areas. Although this is a show unit, we cannot really gauge the quality of common areas, but based on our experience, we have witnessed their JB projects before in Southern Marina. The material application for their lobby, for their common areas is just insane. So I really look forward when this is completed. But what we can see now, in terms of facade treatment, they add on all these vertical elements, then they use the facing brick for the retail area to just somewhat add some colors, to somewhat add some textures in response to the surrounding site. So I'm really excited when this is completed. So when VP must come again. So for the 3 things I don't like, number 1 would be this very weird frontage that is facing landed properties. This will be exactly what you will see every time you come in and out from the project. And next to that, you will have the wet market and the commercial area. So on one side, it will be nuisance in terms of traffic congestion because it's really popular at night, and it will be noisy as well when car honking, when people double park or whatsoever, right? You will suffer the noise. But in other words, that also means convenience. So looking at the typology, at least, right, we can see that the entrance for the commercial and the residential are actually separated. So I think it's still okay, but all this traffic noise and all, right? Yeah. The second thing I don't like would be the selling price. That is 1,100 per square feet right now. It's really on the higher side if you compare to the surrounding. But that is relative, right? That is relative because we have not seen the actual design of the common areas. We have not seen the direct materials application to the unit, but whatever they have communicated in the sales gallery, those are awesome. But surprisingly, after the first day of launch, right, the studio unit has been sold out. The 1+1 has been sold out almost at day 1. That's insane. That's why I said it's relative, like 1,001, but why people still buy, like nobody's business, right? But got some 600 per square feet, still nobody want to buy. And based on the team, the most effective marketing way for them are actually referrals. A lot of customers are getting in their children, getting in their family, getting in their friends to all buy here. And that's all because they want to live in one same neighborhood, grow old together whatsoever. And last of all, the access. Because of the congestion of LDP almost the entire day, A lot of people like me will use shortcuts among the local neighborhoods to go in and out of PJ. Therefore, a local road that is meant for residents, right, suddenly becomes the main road for everybody to use. This is where they can cut into Atria, they can cut into Kayu Ara or whatsoever. And this is a common problem for residential tamans in PJ area. Local road suddenly becomes main road as they connect SS2 to LDP and so on and so forth. Because of the existence of LDP, suddenly when they bring convenience, they also bring inconvenience to the local because of its congestion. And when I'm paying such a price for a property, every time I come out, I need to look left and right, be very careful when I come out. Yeah, the feeling is not And I think that's all for this episode. Thank you very much to the team for having me. I really can't wait for the completion for this project, and by the looks of it, it's going to be soon. And this kind of typology is somewhat like my very personal favorite because I really put convenience as my top priority, and if the unit can be as comfortable, as exclusive, it's only going to be a bonus because I still prefer me walking downstairs. I can eat my banh mi, my wonton mee, my chili crab, get my pastry, send my car for workshop, send my kid to tuition without even getting to my car. And that's something I really enjoy. And if you really like this episode, like it, share it, and even subscribe for more information like this. Until next time, this is Sean Tan. Ciao.